श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतस्मार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतस्मार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतस्मार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। साई नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिष्मार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिष्मार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्यल विश्व शिव सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्यल विश्व वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिव जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौड़िया गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल कोरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय सदाशिव की जय। शंकर महादेव की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री शिव चतुर्दशी तिथि की जय। तिथि पालन करी भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Oh, and we'll be reading the kathā of Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja. So, Śrīla Nityal Prabhishtam Vishnupada Shrimad Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Hari Bol. All right, so I will do Jayadvani, I'm sorry, Mangalacharan, and then begin. One second. Okay. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। She Siddhanta Saras, Śrīla Gosvāmī wrote these verses here. She Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Kodiya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Bharati Mingilo Daragatan Udrita Jiva Niman Krishna prema sudabdikahana sukham pradat prabhung tang bhaje. Vande bhakti vinodam shri gaura shakti swarupakam bhakti shastragya samrajam radharasa sudha nidhim. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vrishabhanusutan Vitavamatanu Yamuna Tatanagarnanda Sutam Murali Kalagita Vinodaparam Bhajago Drumakanana Kunja Vidum Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Itti Vigyaya Devi Tvang Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshaya क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And let's recite the pranam mantra for Gopishwar Mahadev. So this is adapted from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Sri Sankalpa Kalpa Durum, verse 103. Oops, and this got broken in the middle of the word. That's Sanaka. Okay, so Vrindavana Vanipate Jaya Soma Soma Mole Sanaka Sanandana Sanatana Naradedya Kopishvara Vrajavilasi Yugangripar me Prema Prayacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. The original verse is like this. Vrindavana Vanipate Jaya Soma Soma Mole Sanandana Sanatana Naradedya Gopishvara Vrajavilasi Yugangripar me Pritim Prayacha Nitarang Nirupadikang me. So the translation is, O protector of the land of Vrindavan, O husband of Uma, O Soma Moli, you who carry the moon on your head, O you who are worshipped by Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Narad, O Gopishvar, please bestow upon me unconditional prema for the lotus feet of the divine couple who perform loving pastimes in Vraj. And there's also another verse which I meant to translate yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. But this is from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Vrajvilas Stava. You know what? Let's just read this whole section. Yeah. Okay. So today our program is we're oops. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Today our program we will be reading Hari Katha by Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja from this website Rupanuga Bhajana Āśrama. They compiled a bunch of excerpts of Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja's talks from the 1980s on Shivji. But I actually haven't read it yet myself. Like yesterday night I was usually on Shiva Chaturdashi we always read my Srila Gurudev's Shiva Tattva book, or sometimes we read my Srila Gurudev's commentary on the verses. Sorry, in Madhurya Kadambini, there's a section. It's like I think it's like 40 pages or something. It's really long. No, it's probably less than that. I don't know. But it's a very long section on Shiva Tattva, very in depth. And yeah, so we've read that I think quite a few times. And so I thought of doing something different this time. And so then I just looked up online and that came up. And so I was like, okay, let's read that. but I haven't read it. Yeah, I haven't read it myself yet. So we're all reading it for the first time together. Um, but maybe before we read, I just read a little excerpt of a glorification that my Srila Gurudev gave of Srila Bhakti Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. Because in that glorification, those two pranam mantras are there also. And we all know Srila Bhakti Janardhan Goswami Maharaj was, he's a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and uh, very intimate. He grew up with Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. They were, you know, classmates together in the Thakur Bhaktivinoda Institute. And so they had a very deep friendship all throughout their life. And also, my Gurudev wrote a whole booklet about him. Uh, and my Gurudev had a very intimate relationship with him. We've read my Gurudev's glorification of him a few times, but there's one section of his glorification to do with Shiva. So I'm going to read it here. Oh, and just before I begin, just Dandavat Pranams, Niri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Nitai Mukesh ji, Ashray Tattva Prabhu, Haribol, and Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji. Let's see on YouTube and Facebook who is there. Just checking 1 second. Okay, Vishanti Naidu and Vidyalala Sadidi. Is that Ganga Mataji also, right? Ganga Mataji and there are 9 devotees there. I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there and Raseshwari Mataji. And if you write a comment, I'll see your name. But yeah, Dandavat pranams to all of you. Haribol. And pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. Or Champak Mataji, Haribol. Radhe Radhe. Okay. Oh, and Sukada Didi, Haribol. Okay. All right, so let's begin. 1 second. And then at the end, maybe we can sing some kirtans after we read Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Late last night, I got here in Mayapur maybe 11 p.m. last night because all of a sudden there's a spontaneous program that our Bhaktivedanta Padmanabha Maharaj organized at Bhaktivedanta Kunj. So I'll be going to that right after this program. Oh, and Haribol Madhusudan Prabhu. Okay, where are we? Oh yeah, here. So this is Srila Gurudev's glorification of Srila Bhakti Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. Gopishwar Mahadev awards Krishna Prem. I think my Gurudev wrote this book in the 80s or early 90s. Yeah. Okay, so one time on Sri Vrajmandal Parikrama at Nandishwar Parvat and Sri Nandagram, there was an Ishtagoshti on the topic of Shiva Tattva, and it was apparent that devotees held different opinions. In that assembly, I had said that Sri Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. His non-different form in Vrindavan is Gopishwar Mahadev. In Govardhan, it is Chakleshwar Mahadev. In Nandagram, it is Nandishwar Mahadev. And in Kamyavan, it is Kameshwar Mahadev. All of these forms of his are completely identical, divine existential reality, tattva. Srimad Bhagavatam says in reference to Shiva, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Sri Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav. He is the greatest friend of Sri Sanatan Goswami, who, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, has given the process for worshipping him. Even his pranam mantra says, and we already recited this pranam mantra, so I'll just recite the translation. O protector of the land of Raj, O husband of Uma, O Soma Moli, you who carry the moon on your head, O you who are worshipped by Sanak, Sanandana, Sanatan, and Narad, O Gopishwar, please bestow upon me unconditional prem for the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, who perform loving pastimes in Vraj. Therefore, Gopishwar Mahadev is worshipable for the Vaishnavas. By his merciful blessing, one is able to obtain Raja Bhakti. Hearing this, a few Vaishnavas present took a contending stance. There is no place in the Sri Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya to worship Shankar, they said. He cannot give Raj Prem. In that assembly, Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj quoted the following shloka from Śrīla Raghunath Goswami's Sri Vrajavilas Stava, verse 87. And I'm going to make a translation for this and include it in the Gaudiya Gidi Gucha. What's the meter for this, though? Let's see. Moda Gopendras. Wait. Okay, got it. Muda Gopendrasyatmaja Bhuja Parishvanga Nidhaye. No, I didn't get it. Spurad Gopi Vrindar Yamiha Bhagavantam Pranaibi. Pajabdistar Bhaktya Swamabhilashitam Praptam Apchiram. Yamitire Gopi Shvaramanudinam Tankila Bhaje. So the translation is, to obtain the jewel of being embraced by the arms of Rajendra Nandan Sham Sundar, the gopis, who possess firm, loving, intimate attachment for Sri Krishna, joyfully worshipped Gopishwar Mahadev, Sadashiv, with great devotion, and had all their internal desires fulfilled without delay. Daily, I worship that Gopishwar Mahadev, who resides on the bank of the Yamuna. In this way, he cleared any confusion on this topic. He said, Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara said, the Vraj Gopis pray to Gopishwar Mahadev to obtain Krishna Prem, and that Gopishwar Mahadev awards this Krishna Prem. There is therefore no more room to doubt that Gopishwar Mahadev bestows the cherished objective of he bestows the cherished objective of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. For this reason, each and every one of us pray to him for his mercy. Both parties were satisfied with his conclusion. All right, so now we will begin reading from Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And if anybody wants the original, like what I'm reading from, it's on Rupanuga Bhajana Āśrama.com. And these are the topics that we're going to be reading today. One is, what is the position of Mahesha Dham? Can a jiva attain the position of Shiva? Sadashiv and Mahavishnu. Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav, the deity representation of Shiva. Many Shivas. Shiva, a direct avatar or an expansion. And then Parvati's service to Shiva. These are all the topics from this compilation of Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja's talks on Lord Shiva. Let's read it here. And actually, let me just make this another window. That doesn't matter. No, I will do another window. Sorry, guys. Just 1 second. That's the way I can see who joins. Okay. Okay, so what is the position of Mahesh Dham? Question. In the Brahma Samhita, there is one shloka. Golokanamni nijadamni chalet chatasya devi mahesha haridhama suteshu teshu tete prabhava nichaya vihitaschayena govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami. So I have something stuck in my throat. Just let me clear it. Above Devi Dham is Mahesh Dham, and above that is Hari Dham, and above all of them is his own abode known as Goloka. I worship Govinda, the original person, who has provided all powers to those particular realms. That's the Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 43. So then the devotee asks, could you explain the position of Mahesh Dham? So then Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he says, Devi Dham is a dense portion of ignorance and misconception. And in Mahesh Dham, there is vague misconception. It is not fully liberated from misconception, but there's not so much dense ignorance. That is Brahman. On the whole, Mahesh Dham is the marginal position. It is twofold. First, there is a little portion of mundane misconception. Then nirvishesh, or no misconception. There is a vague conception of Vaikuntha. Mahesh Dham is just below Vaikuntha. The highest portion of Mahesh Dham is the abode of Sadashiv. That is the Vaikuntha side, where Shiva is a devotee of Narayan and Ram. The lower side of Shiva Dham is the Mayic side, where Rudra resides, and he challenges the authority of Narayan sometimes. He sometimes goes to fight with Narayan in favor of his disciples who are demons. Then he comes and repents. Why have you created me like this? I can't retain my own position as your servant, and some challenging spirit comes within me, and I go against you. You have given me some peculiar position, my lord. It is very untenable. The sum total of the misguided souls are represented by Maheshvar. The conception of Dutya Bhinivesh, separate interest, begins from him. Shiva is the emblem of those that possess separate interest. In his higher realization, he tries to show a serving attitude towards Narayan. He is between the two, Devi Dham and Vaikuntha, in the marginal position, the Tatastha. When crossing Brahman, going towards Chid Vilas, the land of dedication, when he is closer to Vaikuntha, Mahadev has some influence of devotion. There, Shiva is a devotee, because everything there is of a serving attitude towards the center. So he is Sada Shiva. Shiva has a twofold characteristic with adaptability on two sides. He can exploit this misconceived world. But when he goes to serve the real world, Vaikuntha, he is called Sadashiv. That is the positive side. When he is on this side, and further from Vaikuntha, he is Rudra, the master of Gauri, or Mayadhipati, the master of this world of misunderstanding. The Tatastha, the marginal position, is Nirvishesh. It is neither land nor water. It is the connecting position between both. It is neither spirit nor matter. To differentiate that is very difficult to understand. Shiva's position is there. The jiva is also of the same nature. As a class, the wholesale representation of the jiva may be compared with that of Mahadev. Okay, so now this is another kathā. Somebody asks, can a jiva attain the position of Shiva? The devotee is asking, do some jivas, after some purification or after coming from a higher plane, take the position of Shiva? Or is Shiva a direct manifestation of Krishna? And Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī says, jiva means a particle of consciousness. When the jiva is released and goes to cross this ocean of misunderstanding towards Vaikuntha, if he is still in connection with the negativity of Maya, he may become Shiva. he may become Shiva. The soul at this particular stage is called Shiva. Then the Maya Shakti approaches him. Why do you leave me? Stay here. I shall serve you. You should not neglect me. If he accepts that proposal, he becomes Shiva. And if he does not care for that proposal and goes up, then he goes to Vaikuntha, to Narayan's land. That marginal position is that of Shiva. Any conscious particle remaining in the, God, I've never seen that word before. Abscis, what's that word? Abscissa. What's that mean? Abscissa means it's a system of coordinates. The x-coordinate, the distance from a point to the vertical or y-axis measured parallel to the horizontal or x-axis. Compare with ordinate. Okay. So any conscious particle remaining in the abscissa, in the buffer state, in no man's land, neither this side nor this side nor this side. He is Shiva. When he is in the marginal position, neither an enjoyer nor a servitor, that consciousness is that of Shiva, the master of the misconceived world. Misconception means I have got some separate existence. I am not dependent on the supreme entity. I am not a servant to anyone, and I am not subordinate to anyone. I have my independent position. That position is known as Shiva. But really speaking, that has some connection with the misconceived world. Then only one can think that I am independent. I am not subservient to any other higher entity. That means that he has got some connection to that, although he thinks himself free of the world of misconception. But still there's some continuation. Then only can he assert that I am independent. But really he is not independent. He is a serving unit of the supreme entity. But the conception of separate interest makes one attain the position of Shiva. Bhayang dutya bhiniveshata syad ishar apetasya viparya smriti tanmaya yato buddha bhajetang bhaktai kayesham gurudeva tatma. Fear arises when one becomes absorbed in secondary interests. When one turns away from the Lord and forgets him, one becomes covered by Maya and misidentifies with the material body. Therefore, a wise person, whose guru is his worshipable deity and as dear as one's own Atma, that person should fully serve the Lord with exclusive bhakti. That's Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 2, verse 37. I am subservient to Vishnu. That is devotion. I am master of this world. That is the Mayak Jiva, the Buddha Jiva, the conditioned living entity. If one says that I am not subservient to Vishnu, to Narayan, to Krishna, then we can trace that the influence of misunderstanding is there. Otherwise, he would conceive that he is Krishna Das, that he is a real servant of Krishna. But because he cannot do so, then he is not pure or free from the influence of Maya. So he thinks that he is the master of Maya. He is Maya Adhipati. Yenyera vindaksha vimuktamaninas tvayasta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya aruhya krichrena parang padang tata patantado nadrita yushmarangraya. O lotus-eyed one, although non-devotees who perform austerities to achieve the highest position may consider themselves to be liberated, their intelligence remains impure. They fall down from their imagined high position because they showed no respect for your lotus feet. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:2-32. He cannot take advantage of the in-carrying current of devotion. The in-carrying current of devotion. Interesting terminology. then even after climbing to the highest position of this world, he has every possibility to come down again. Shiva is a resident of no man's land, neither Vaikuntha nor Devi Dham. But if we are extremely scrutinizing, then we find that he cannot attain full relief from Maya. If that were so, he would feel that he is a servitor of Krishna, but he cannot do so. So the influence of Maya is still there. He cannot understand that he is Krishna Das. I think everybody here knows, right? The basic, like the um different levels, right? Like there's Sadashiv, like what we were just reading about. There's Sadashiv, and then a shadow of Sadashiv is Shambhu, who has some contact with this world, and then um but then also a jiva can get the position of Shiva as in the form of Rudra, and so that's um yeah, that's separate though. That's separate from Shambhu, and definitely separate, completely separate from Sadashiv as well. Like Sadashiv, Shambhu, and then Rudra. So Rudra is a jiva, Shambhu is a shadow of Sadashiv that has some contact with Maya, and then Sadashiv is completely no connection with Maya at all. Okay, so yeah, the Vaikuntha devotee is more than Shiva, more than Rudra Shiva. When he is blessing Uddhav, Krishna says, "You are more dear to me than Brahma and Shiva." Na tatha me priyatama atma yonir na shankara na cha shankarshano nashir naivatma cha yatha bhavan. Neither Brahma nor Shiva are as dear to me as you. My elder brother Sankarshan is not as dear to me as you, nor even Lakshmi Devi. Even my own self is not as dear to me as you. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 14, 15. Shankara means Shiva. He is not so much favored by me, not cha Shankarshana. Even my elder brother Sankarshan is not so much favored. Nashir, even Lakshmi Devi is not my favorite. Naivatma, even my own body is not so valuable to me. Yatha Bhavan, you are my favorite. O Uddhav, the position of a devotee is such. He is above Brahma. He is above Shiva. He is above Sankarshan. He is above Lakshmi. And by the sweet free will of Krishna, he is above Krishna himself. Okay, now this next section is Sadashiv and Mahavishnu. So the devotee asks, on Haribol Chatamai Mataji, the devotee asks, what is the difference between Sadashiv and Mahavishnu? And Śrīla Gosvāmī says, it has been told that they are of same rank. They have similar positions, but functional difference is there. The Jiva Tattva as a whole is represented by Shiva and is represented in a symbolic way. Shiva is utilized as the first officer to serve in this mundane world. Maya enters there in one function and manipulates it through him. If we are to look at the manipulator, then that is Mahavishnu. And what the inspiration is, if we are to look at the manipulator, that is Mahavishnu. And what the inspiration is, and through whom it is working, that is Shiva. The delegation of Mahavishnu comes from in Shiva. That is an eternal post created at the bottom of this whole Brahmanda. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why Mahavishnu is he is the nimitta karan. He is the instrumental cause. And Sadashiv, am I right? Sadashiv is the upadan karan, or the ingredient cause for this material manifestation. So Mahavishnu has the desire, and then it's fulfilled through Shiva, through Shambhu. Sadashiv? Anyways, I don't know. Well, Shambhu is the one who has contact with Maya. Yeah. So, okay. So that is an eternal post created at the bottom of this whole Brahmanda. Shiva has the eternal position of an officer, and he is the delegation of Vishnu. If we look at the inner function of the management of this world, there is Mahavishnu, and Mahavishnu is utilizing Shiva, who is the highest representation of this Mayak world, representing the jivas as a whole. When I was in Madras, whenever any South Indian people approached me, they would ask, who is greater, Shiva or Vishnu? I used to point out that Shiva is searching. He is practicing penances and searching after truth. He is not complete. But Vishnu is always full. He is not searching after any higher promotion or higher object. But Shiva is searching, inquiring, and making penances to attain an end. He may have some want, but he is trying his utmost to eliminate his inner want. He is searching after truth and making penances. But Narayan does not do that. He is full in himself. Generally, we see with that, there are so many problems that none can solve. Then at once they come to Narayan, and he solves the matter. His position is like that. He is self-content, and he is the giver of the highest solutions. Swadharmanishta shatajanma bhipuman virinchatam eti tata paramhitam avyakritam bhagavato vaishnavam vadang yathaham vibuddha kalatyaje. I messed up the pronunciation. So a person who is fixed in his own dharma for 100 births achieves the position of Brahma, and by advancing, he attains me. However, a Vaishnava attains Bhagavan, who is beyond the material world, and I and the demigods achieve that position after the universal annihilation. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 4:24-29. In this Bhagavatam shloka, Shiva himself says, Virinchatam eti tata param himam. If one can purely perform his varnashram duties for 100 births, then he is given the position of Brahma, the creator of the whole universe. Brahma is the leader of the world of exploitation that he has created, and he is also a member of that. He is giving decisions, representing himself on behalf of this exploiting world. Brahma is clearly connected with this mundane world. But Shiva is a little aloof. He is almost independent. He is the master of Maya. He is an independent form of life, a conception of his own self as pure consciousness, not Maya. He has some connection with the world of exploitation as well as Nirvishesh, the non-differentiated area. The result of proper renunciation is that of non-differentiated area. Everything there is non-specified, non-differentiated, avyakta, unmanifest. Shiva covers that side, where there is a tinge of exploitation to the other side. On this side, he is the master of the whole of Maya. Brahma is under Maya, and there Shiva is Rudra. And that Jiva can get that position. On the lower part of the serving attitude, he is Mahavishnu, Sadashiv. Tal lingam Bhagavan Shambhur. That's Brahma Samhita verse 8. A ray from Mahavishnu comes to this Prakriti and creates a movement here. Then creation begins. Then Shiva says, Avyakritam swadharma nishta shatta janma bhipuman. Next, one attains my position as a mukta jiv, as a liberated living entity, sadashiv, my position which is above Maya, but not that of a bona fide servitor. My position is avyakritam, not very easily understandable. It is not very clearly specified, because it is connected with non-specification and non-differentiation. Nirvishesham avyakritam bhagavato tavaishnavam. Above me, there is another domain, which is known as Vaishnava Padang, where the Vaishnavas live. And there the Vaishnavas are freely moving there in the service of Narayan. And one day, I also expect to enter into that domain when the wholesale dissolution will be effected here. Kalatyaye. I also aspire after that position to become one with the Vaishnav rank one day. To have a clear conception of Shiva Tattva, Guru Tattva, and Dham Tattva is a difficult thing. Bhedha Bhed, oneness and difference, is always there in Guru Tattva. In different forms, in different places, on different occasions, Guru Tattva may appear according to the relative position amongst the disciples. What we see on the surface of the Dham, and what it should be according to the idea, this differentiation and the adjustment between them is difficult to understand. Similarly, Shiva Tattva is Savishesh on this side. Shiva Tattva is Savishesh on this side, and on the other side, it is also Savishesh. And in the middle, it is Nirvishesh. Interesting. Yes, there's distinction on the spiritual side. Distinction. There's distinction in the on this side and the Maya side, but in between there's Nirvishesh. No distinction. I'm guessing. I mean, that's how I'm understanding it. Virinchatam iti tatha param himam avyakritam. He is not purely differentiated. Vyakriti means form, and avyakriti means without any particular form, any particular group. That position is not understandable between the two opposite currents. Okay, so now this section is Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav. A devotee asks a question. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find the phrase Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav. Can you explain this further? Then Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī says, that is a relative term. To attract those of a demonic spirit, we say that Shiva is a great Vaishnav. We give respect. When Mahavishnu has become Sadashiv, a devotee, then at the first stage it is mentioned Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu, to encourage the fallen souls that have some affinity towards Shiva. For their good, it has been said that Shiva is also recognized as a Vaishnav. There are those who are habituated to think that Shiva is an independent entity and not Narayan. To help such persons, recognition has been given to Shiva as a principal devotee to draw their attention towards the highest good. Then our preaching to the fallen souls will be more beneficial. If you scrutinize Shiva's position from a very subtle standpoint, then so many defects will be there. In general, he is considered a great devotee, even above Brahma. Na tatha me priyatama atmayonir. The first devotee mentioned is Brahma, then Shiva, then Sankarshan, then Lakshmi. In this way, the gradation of devotion is going higher. Brahma's devotion is mixed with karma mishra bhakti, with the exploiting tendency, and a certain portion is devotion. Shiva has a type of conditional devotion in the lower sense, mixed with yoga and gyan mishra bhakti. Swayambhur narada shambhu Kaumara kapilo manu. Pralado janako bhishmo balir vayasikir vayam. Dwadashaite vijanimo dharmam bhagavatam bhata guhyam vishuddham durbodham yam say yam gyatvamritam ashnute. And this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3 verses 20 to 21. Here's a translation. Yamaraj lists the 12 Mahajans, the 12 authorities on bhakti. Here they are. Lord Brahma, Bhagavan, Narad, Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Lord Kapila, the son of Devahuti, Swayambhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami, and I myself know the real religious principle. My dear servants, this transcendental religious principle, which is known as Bhagavat Dharma, or surrender unto the Supreme Lord and love for Him, is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. It is very confidential and difficult for ordinary human beings to understand. But if by chance a person fortunately understands it, he is immediately liberated, and thus he returns home back to Godhead. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3 verses 20 to 21. Shiva is mentioned amongst the Dwadash Mahajan, the 12 great Vaishnavas. But the extreme followers of Shiva, the Pashandis, the atheists, still do not recognize that Shiva is a devotee of Krishna. But to help them, Shiva has been given some recognition amongst the class of devotees. That is Sadashiv, not Rudra. Rudra is a lower aspect of Shiva, and Sadashiv is the devotee aspect of Shiva. The origin of Sadashiv is Mahavishnu. Then on the Mayic side, there are the 11 Rudras. The Shaivites think that Shivoham, I am Shiva. They think that that is the highest position. Shivoham is also mentioned in the Shastra. So many Shivas means free souls, but their position is not very high. Shiva only means free from your present trouble, but as long as he is not in the association with the higher sphere, he is not safe. Just as when an infant is tied up, after some complaint, he is untied and he is free. But his freedom is not very reliable. That kind of freedom is not safe. He can commit again some wrongdoing and come down. We say that after Shivoham, Narayana Bhaktoham. Yeah, we say after Shivoham, I am Shiva. We say Narayana Bhaktoham, I am a devotee of Narayan. I am a devotee of Narayan. Then that identity should begin. I am a devotee of Narayan. It does not end with Shivoham. That is not the last point. Bhaktoham is higher. It will connect with the beginning of the world of dedication. A portion of exploitation, a portion of renunciation in the middle, and a portion of dedication. This is the peculiar position of Mahadev. So on the bottom is the Rudra, portion of exploitation, and then I guess Shambhu in the middle, a portion of renunciation in the middle, and then Sadashiv, a portion of dedication. That is a peculiar position of Mahadev. These three things are combined in him: Tyag, Bhog, and Seva. Shiva represents Bhog in that he is the enjoyer of Maya. He is the leader of the opposition party, the husband of Maya. In the marginal position, there is Tyag, and on the other side, he is a servant of Vishnu. Just one thing, couple days ago, I went to a program with Prem Prayojan Prabhu, and he mentioned an interesting point. There's a class about Advaita Acharya, and it was very technical. Actually, a lot of it went over my head, but there's I might be getting this a bit wrong, but he's mentioning there's Sadashiv, right? And then the shadow of Sadashiv is Shambhu. And that Shambhu, I didn't totally understand this. He said that Shambhu, which has contact with Maya, um, he he enters the satta of the jiva. or something like that. And there's like the first covering of the jiva. This is now my own thing. This isn't what he said, but the covering of the jiva, the first covering of the jiva is ahankar, right? And that's coming from Shambhu. And Shambhu is the master of Maya. And so the jiva gets this also, because they're touched by the that aspect of Shambhu, and they get this ahankar, and I am an enjoyer. And and then the conditioned jiva also wants to enjoy Maya. And so, um, in that way, we have a very direct connection with Sadashiv, with Advaita Acharya. Like in the Panchatattva, there's Nityananda rule, but then an expansion of expansion. Like there's the pranam mantra for Nityananda rule. First there's Mul Sankarshan, then Mahasankarshan, and then comes Mahavishnu, right? Like there's Karna Dakshay Vishnu, Garbha Dakshay Vishnu, Kshira Dakshay Vishnu, and like that. But then, and then Sadashiv, and then from him, the shadow of him, Shambhu, and then he enters the Satta, the Jiva, and the Jiva gets this ahankar that I am the master. I also want to enjoy Maya. So we have a very close, close connection, like that. All the Jivas, all the conditioned Jivas, like that with Shambhu. And then Sadashiv, and that is Advaita Acharya. And so that's why, because we have an even closer connection with Advaita Acharya, then that's why we pray to Advaita Acharya, like in the song of Narottam Das Thakur, Doya Koro Sita Pati Advaita Goshai, Tava Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nitai. By your mercy, O Advaita Acharya, then I can by the strength, by the strength of your mercy, I can attain Chaitanya and Nitai. So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting point. Okay. Sometimes he is seen to enjoy here, but his tendency is always to get out of such enjoyment. He is a beggar, but he is still married, and he has got children. Wait, what's the context in this? So Shiva represents Bhog in that he is the enjoyer of Maya. He is the leader of the opposition party, the husband of Maya. In the marginal position, there's Tyag, and on the other side, he is a servant of Vishnu. Yeah, so those are the three positions. Sometimes he is seen to enjoy here, but his tendency is always to get out of such enjoyment. He is a beggar, but still he is married, and he has got children. Sometimes he lives with them, sometimes he wanders as a beggar, and sometimes he is seen to fight against Narayan, giving indulgence to the demonic class. Sometimes he is seen to be very submissive to Narayan, praying and submitting to him. But again, he fights in favor of his demonic disciples. In this way, he is mixed. Shiva means a free soul. A soul is Shiva when he is free from material attraction. But that is a marginal position. Shiva means the marginal position. Goodness is not guaranteed there because Shiva can again mix with Parvati, with Maya. Okay, now is this the last section? I think so. The deity representation of Shiva. So the devotee asks, who is that Shiva who is worshipped as a deity? Then Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja says, he should be considered as the ideal, the embodiment of all small Shivas. He is their cause, represented wholesale. He is neither Sarup Shakti nor Maya Shakti. The marginal position is held up by these so-called Shivas. They neither catch the inner current, nor are they influenced by the outer current. Now, many Shivas. Devotee asks, in the Brahma Samhita it says, Shiram yata dadivikara vishesha yogat sanjayate nahitata pritagasti heto yasham bhutam apitata samupaiti karyad govindam adi purusham tamahang bhajami. Just as milk becomes yogurt due to a particular transformation, but is not a separate principle from its cause, I worship Govinda, the original person, who similarly takes the position of Shambhu for a particular duty. It's the 45th verse of Brahma Samhita. So the devotee says, it gives a comparison that Vishnu may be something like milk, but Shiva is like the milk transformed into curd, into yogurt. Can you explain that? So then Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja says, milk coming in connection with something acidic becomes curd. And whenever he says curd, that means yogurt. For us Americans, we never say curd. We always say yogurt. So, but that curd cannot be reconverted into milk. Similarly, the position of Shiva, who is a part of Vishnu, is that consciousness which has come in connection with the outer current of Prakriti. He comes in contact with the exploitation tendency, and that cannot return again to the plane of dedication. That marginal portion is known as Shiva. The outward current of exploitation is Prakriti. The incoming current goes to the center, and the marginal position is called Shiva. When the soul is neither a devotee nor entangled in exploitation, but has some touch of both planes, that portion is known as Shiva. There are so many Shivas, Bahu Shiva, gathered around one general Shiva. When the whole is considered as one, that is Shiva. And also so many Shiva Jiva souls are attaining liberation. They come to no man's land, the buffer state. They have a passport to enter into that country, Vaikuntha, but they have no visa. We are at that stage. They have a passport without a visa. That's a really neat way of explaining it. Okay, now Shiva. Is Shiva a direct avatar or an expansion? This is the next section. So devotee asks, in the material world, is Shiva a Shvangsha, a direct avatar of Krishna, or a Vibhinangsha, a separated expansion? And Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja says, he's Vibhinangsha. He's a separated expansion. But that is Tatastha Shakti. That is not Swangsha. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, all incarnations of Vishnu are Swangsha. And that which is not a direct representation of him, but is rather a delegation of a particular potency, is Vibhinangsha. Vibhinangsha Jiva Tar Shakti Te Ganan. The living entities are separated expansions of the Lord. Thus they are considered to be his potencies. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22:9. That which is Vibhinangsha should be considered to be within the stage of potency and not directly himself. Swangsha means a delegated function, and Vibhinangsha cannot be considered as the same rank as him because he is always nirguna, above Maya, above any degradation. Even if he comes into Maya, Maya cannot overpower him. He is always with his own potency. Prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavam atmamayaya. Then that's Bhagavad Gita 4:6. I appear in this universe in every millennium in my original spiritual form that never deteriorates. He is not touched by this potency of exploitation. He is always circulated by the tendency of dedication, nirgun. And his devotees are also like that. But the Shiva conception is in the middle stage, neither Shuddha Bhakti nor mixed with Prakriti, but some lower touch of devotion and a higher touch of exploitation. Now, Parvati's service to Shiva. This is the next section. This is the last section where, like, you can see up here where at the end is probably like one paragraph. So a devotee asks, is Shiva husband to Parvati? Sorry, is Shiva husband to Parvati identified as Rudra or Sadashiva? Then Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja says both. Sadashiva is not alone. He also has his Shakti, but she is more tending towards devotion. Once Parvati asked Shiva, whose adoration is the highest? And then Shiva replied, Vishnur Aradhanam Param. The worship of Vishnu holds the highest position. Then Parvati was a little mortified. Then the next line came, Tasmat parattarang devi tadiyanam samarchanam. Even more than that is the position of a man who serves his devotees. Then Parvati was again cheerful. Shiva is his devotee, and I am serving him. So I am doing a greater service. Okay, and it is 8:03 a.m. So we will end here. Actually, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do Jaidvani and we'll end officially. But then if anybody wants to stay longer, there's a couple of more things we could read about Harihar, like in Navadvip Mahatma, we can read about like the section Harihar Kshetra and um yeah, Mahadev's connection with Sachinandan Gaur Hari. You can read that. Also, there's a sweet pastime in the Damodarashtakam book about Shiva begging alms from the house of Krishna and Mother, that story. And then there's some kirtans. I'm in Mayapur now, and our program starts at 10 a.m., which is in 2 hours from now. So I'm not in a major rush to finish, but I also like to be respectful of everybody's time. So I'll just do Jaidvani for and ends for anybody who needs to go, and then anybody who wants to stay, then they can, yeah. All right, so Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Jai Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Swapasha Ji Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopikan Ki Jai. Jai Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gopishwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Jai Sadashiv Ki Jai. Jai Shankar Dev Ki Jai. Jai Shiva Chaturdashi Titi Ki Jai. Jai Parvati Devi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Thanks for joining. If anybody wants to stay with me for the after party, yeah, I'm going to read some more now. I'm just checking on, what is it, on YouTube and Facebook, if anybody else has joined. Oh, Hari Wo Rukmini Didi. Dandavat pranams. Okay. So, and there's a lot of devotees. Wow, 14 devotees. All right, so I'm going to continue on now. Let's see, what should we read first? Let's open up Navadvip Mahatma. But I don't remember what chapter it is, so just give me a little while to find it. Where is it? NDM. I think it's, let's see if I can find it here. All right. Let's see. Oops. Ah. Subarna Vihar, Madhyadeep, Brahmapushkar, Panchaveni. I think I skipped it. I did skip it. Is it one of the earlier chapters? Actually, you know what I can do is I can just find it. I know how to find it really quickly. I'll open up Folio. And then I'll type in Harihar. Then I'll see what chapter it is. Just give me 1 second. And then we can also find the part from Dhammadarashtakam here as well. Bhakti base. Search Hari Kshetra. All right, 1 second. So Navadita Mahatma, it is chapter 8. Okay, let's open that up. Chapter 8. Okay, I'll make this all big so you can all read it nicely. Okay, so Jai Shri Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai. Let's see, where is it? Hari, oops. Okay, so Nityananda Prabhu is taking Jiva Goswami and all the other devotees. I think Shivas joined the party. I think I just read that, right? As Shivas Pandit danced with Shri Jiva, they sometimes wept. Okay, let's read it a little bit just to get the scene. Now let's just start from the beginning. Okay, sorry guys, I'm wasting time. All glories to Shri Shachinandan and the mother of Shachi. Sorry, the son of Mother Shachi. All glories to the Avadut Sri Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to the King of Devotees, Sri Advaita Acharya and the Lord of Sita. All glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandit and the Society of Devotees. I'm not going to read the Bengali. Oh, this is fun though. Jaya 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 Shri Shachi Sutta. Okay, I am gonna read it. Jaya 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 Shri Avaduta Sitapati Jai Bhakata Raj Gadadhara Jai Bhakta Samaj Jaya Navadipa Sundara Dham Jaya 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 Gaur Ki Nam. I'm putting that in the songbook. All glories to the most beautiful Sri Navadip Dham. All glories to the holy names of Sri Gaur. নিতাই সহিত ভক্তগণ Hari Hari boli chole tokon. Srivas Pandit and the other devotees called out Hari Hari and proceeded along with Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Bhave dhala dhala nitai chole preme adha adha vachana bole. As he was talking, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, being carried away by prem, swayed and stammered as if intoxicated. ঝরা ঝরা ঝরে আঁখির জল গৌরা গৌরা বলি হয় বিকল. Streams of tears flowed from his eyes, and overwhelmed with emotion, he called out, Gaura, Gaura. ঝকমক করে ভূষণমালা রূপে দশদিক হইল আলো. All of his ornaments glittered, and his transcendental form illuminated the 10 directions. Shivasa nachiche jiver sane, kabu kande kabu nache saghane. As Shiva's Pandit danced with Shri Jiva, they sometimes wept and sometimes danced with carefree abandon. Ar joto saba bhakatagan, nachite nachite chole tokon. All the other devotees also danced as they proceeded onward. Okay, I'm gonna just read the Bengali at certain parts. When they reached the river Alakananda, Sri Nityananda Prabhu spoke blissfully. O Jiva, the river Mandakini surrounds Nadia, keeping the village Bilva Paksha on her western side. At Suvarna Vihar, which you saw previously, the rivers Mandakini and Alakananda part from each other. Now we come to Shri Harihar Kshetra. Harihar Kshetra is situated on the Alakananda's east bank and on the bank of the Gandaki. At the right time, a deity will manifest here, and a beautiful grove will adorn this place. Just see Kashi, which is situated on Alakananda's western bank. Shaivites, worshippers of Shiva, and Shaktas, worshipper of Shakti, are trying to attain liberation here. This Harihar Kshetra is superior to Varanasi, is superior to Kashi. Here, Durjati, he who wears matted locks, Shiva, reigns splendidly, holding a damuru drum. Gora Gora boli sadai nache, nija jane Gora bhakati jache. Shiva is always dancing here, chanting Gora Gora, and praying for his followers to obtain Gora Bhakti. Sahasra varasha kashite boshi. Labishe mukati gyane te nyasi. Tahato hetai charane theli. Nachen bhakata gauranga boli. The liberation obtained by sannyasis after living in Kashi and practicing Gyan for 1,000 years is here kicked away by the devotees as they dance and chant the name of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. These devotees consider themselves fortunate just to drink the nectar of Sri Gaura's name. If any living being leaves his body in this place, in his final moment, Lord Shiva chants the name of Sri Gaur in his ear and thus liberates him. This holy abode is also called Mahavaranasi because the living entities here need not fear dying, considering that they'll definitely attain a transcendental destination upon hearing the pure name of Sri Gaur emanate from Lord Shiva's mouth. In other words, they need not worry about their destination after death. Eto boli tatai nitai nache, Gaur Hari Prem jivere jache. Saying this, Sri Nityananda Prabhu began to dance and prayed that Sri Jiva may also attain Prem for Sri Gaur Hari. Alake tokon Kailashapati nitai charane korilo nati. Unseen by anyone else, Lord Shiva, the master of Kailash, respectfully bowed at Sri Nityananda Prabhu's divine feet. Gauri Saha Shiva Gauranga Nam Gaya 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 Purai Kam. Lord Shiva resides here with Gauri Sri Parvati, constantly chanting Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's names and thus fulfilling all of his desires. Jai. All right, so that was from Navadita Mahatma. Let's find this part from Damodarashtakam. Where is it? D. 1 second. What's a keyword? Mahesh? Not Mahesh. Mahadev, sorry. Okay, so this is chapter verse 3. Okay, let's find it in the Damodarashtakam book. Oops. Okay, verse 3. Let me just open that up. No, I'll just type in Mahadev. Let me make the text big. Mahadev. Oh, come on. Do I have to type it with diacritics? That's weird. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is from my Srila Gurudev's book, Sri Damodarashtakam. One day, Mahadev Shiva, the chief demigod, set off to see his supremely worshipful Lord, who had just appeared in Vraj. Arriving at the gate of Nanda Maharaja's home, he sang loudly, Alaka Niranjan, Alaka Niranjan, and played his damaru, his little hand drum. Sorry, once again, I'm just moving the video thing out of the way. Okay. Mother Yashoda came to see the door when she heard him singing and playing his drum. But when she saw the appearance of this unusual yogi, she became afraid. He wore robes of tiger skin and a garland of human skulls. Dangerous serpents adorned his hands, feet, and neck, and he held a tall, fearful trident by his side. His body was smeared from head to toe with ashes from a cremation ground, and his thoroughly matted hair made him look ancient and even more dreadful. His carrier, Nandi, a massive bull, accompanied him. Seeing that the terrible-looking yogi was approaching her, accompanied by Nandi, Yashoda became utterly terrified. Nonetheless, she asked him dutifully, Do you want some alms? Just wait and I will bring them to you. Mahadev Shankar replied, O mother, I have walked so far to come here from my home in Kailash. Just show me your baby. I want to see your darling child. I just want to see your darling child. Eat or drink whatever you like and then go, she said. And do not play your damaru so loudly. My child is sleeping. Shankarji said, O innocent mother, I do not want your flower and beings or silk clothes and bags. Nor do I want anything to eat, drink, or wear to nor do I want anything to eat, drink, wear, or rest upon. I have come to see your darling son just once. This is the only donation I need. Mother Yashoda hesitated, and then she said to him, I am an adult, yet your appearance terrifies me. My darling boy is so young, he'll become too afraid if he sees your form, so I will not show him to you. And she went inside the house. Sri Shankar, the foremost demigod, was not about to leave without seeing Sri Krishna. He sat down by the door and lit a ceremonial fire. When your beautiful son grows a little older, he thought, he will come outside to play, and I will finally be able to see him. I will not return to Kailash without seeing him. To this day, the place near Nanda's home where Mahadev Sri Shankar was sitting is known as Yogiya Kund. Mother Yashoda entered the house and found her darling baby boy crying loudly. Nothing she tried would pacify him, so she consulted her friends. A respected elder gopi spoke. This is not an ordinary yogi. He is from the sacred mountains of Kailash. When your boy heard him playing his drum, he became afraid, and now he has started to cry more and more loudly. It would be wise to show him your dear son at least once. Seeing no other recourse but to show her son to the extraordinary yogi, Yashoda Maya placed Krishna in a black basket and covered all of his limbs with black cloth to protect him from inauspiciousness. She anointed his eyes with thick black eyeliner and marked his forehead with a black dot for protection, all these things. Then she reluctantly brought Krishna outside and allowed the yogi just a brief glimpse of him. To her astonishment, when she was turning to enter her house, she noticed that Krishna had stopped crying. Sri Shankar, the king of mystics, spoke to her. Mother, I will light a ceremonial fire and stay nearby. If ever your beloved child falls prey to some evil, just call for me. I will chant mantras and ward off any evil effects with mustard seeds and salt, and he will be restored to health. Thereafter, whenever Krishna would cry, she would call the yogi from his dwelling. And I have no idea how you sing this Hindi song, so I'm just going to make up something. Yogi chalo nandana. Sorry. Yogi chalo o nanda bhavana mein yashomati maya tumhe bulave बाके लाल को नजर लगी है ते पेराइनु का करवावे रहो योगी नंद भवन में व्रज में वास सदा तू की जो जब जब बाको लाला रोवे हो तब तब दर्शन दीजो. Yogi, come to Nanda Bhavan. Krishna's devoted mother Yashoda Maya is calling you. Her dear son has come under an evil eye. Ward off its effects with mustard and salt. Stay here, Yogi. Just stay here in Nanda Bhavan. Please live in Vraj forever. Whenever her darling son cries, come and give him your darshan. Thus, the life of that yogi became successful. All right, it is 8:23. I think that's well, actually, there's Shiva Ashtakam written by Murari Gupta. I've never sung it before, but maybe we can see that. I think Damodar sent it to me on WhatsApp. Just gonna look really quick. Uh, just opening up WhatsApp. Actually, maybe I shouldn't open it up so you don't see private messages. 1 second. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, here it is. Okay. I'm just opening up. I'll share my screen again. Yeah, so this is written by Murari Gupta. Let's make the text bigger. Okay, we'll read the translation and then sing it. Okay. I perpetually offer obeisances unto you, the Lord of the 30 primal devas, for the original father of created beings, whose character is gracious, upon whose head, which is crested by the sickle moon, the Ganga springs, and who are a festival for the eyes of Gauri, the fair goddess. Oh, and after this, we'll sing Munindra Vandite, and then we'll end. I offer my obeisances to you, who resemble a moon of molten gold, who are dressed in garments colored like a group of budding blue lotuses or lustrous rain clouds, who bestow the most desirable boon to your devotees by your delightful dancing. We offer shelter to those who seek to become one with the transcendental effulgence of Godhead, and whose flag bears the image of the bull. I offer obeisances to you, who dispel darkness with your three eyes, the moon, the sun, and fire, and thus cause auspiciousness for all the living entities of the universe, and whose potency easily defeats thousands of moons and suns. I offer my obeisances to you, whose form is brilliantly illuminated by the jewels of Anantadev, the king of snakes, who possesses divine potencies and are clothed in a tiger skin, who stands in the midst of a thousand-petaled lotus, and whose two arms are adorned by lustrous bangles. I offer my obeisances to you, who bestow happiness to your servitors, as you pour upon them the liquid nectar flowing from your reddish lotus feet, upon which charming ankle bells ring. Obeisances unto you, who are adorned by an abundance of gems. Please endow me today with pure love for Sri Hari. O Shri Ram, O Govinda, O Mukunda, O Shori, O Krishna, O Narayan, O Vasudev. So this is Shiva calling out the names of Krishna, right? I offer my obeisances unto you, Sri Shiva, who are the monarch, ruling over all the bee-like devotees, who are mad to drink the nectar of these and other innumerable names of Hari, and who thus destroys all grief. I offer my respectful obeisances to you, Sri Shiva, who are forever inquired confidentially by Sri Narad and other great sages, who very easily bestow boons on them, who bestow the happiness of Hari Bhakti to those who seek boons of you, who thereby create auspiciousness and are thus the Guru of everyone. I offer my obeisances to you, who are a festival of auspiciousness for the eyes of Gauri, who are the Lord of her life energy, who bestow ras and are expert in forever singing songs with eagerness of the pastimes of Govinda. The person who hears these great 8 prayers glorifying Lord Shiva with loving feelings and with great attention can quickly gain the love of Lord Sri Hari, as well as transcendental knowledge, the application of the knowledge, and unparalleled endless opulences. And this song was originally sung by Lord Chaitanya in glorification of Lord Shiva. Wow. So this is sung by Mahaprabhu himself. This is from Murari Gupta's Krishna Chaitanya Charita. Wow, maybe I should put this in the songbook. Then we have something for Shiva. I don't know. Though I Okay. Just getting a mridanga, and I'm gonna. Oh, and I should keep my before when I was playing mridanga, it was too loud, right? So I'll keep the mic far away. 1 second, I'm just turning on original sound for musicians, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's see, how do we sing this? Namo namaste tridash. Wait. Namo namaste tridasheshwaraya. Okay, got it. Namo namaste tridasheshwaraya utadinathaya mridaya nityam Gangatarango Tita Balachandra Churaya Gori Nayanotsavaya Sutapta Chami Karachandra Nila Parma Pravalambuda Kanti Vastrai Sunritarangishta Varapradaya Kaivalyanataya Vrishadvajaya Sudangshu Suryagni Vilochanena Tamobhidete Jagata Shivaya Sahasra Shubhrangshu Sahasra Rashmi Sahasra Sanjitvara Tejastesu Nagesharatnojvala Vigrahaya Shardula Charmangshuka Devya Tejase Sahasra Patro Parisangstitaya Varangadamukta Bhuja Dvayaya Sunu Puraranjita Paraparma Ksharat Sudhabhrita Sukha Pradaya Vichitra Ratnaugha Vibhushitaya Premanam Evadya Haro Videhi Shri Rama Govinda Mukunda Shaurik Shri Krishna Narayana Vasudeva Ityadi Namamrita Panamarta Bringadipaya Kila Dukkahantre Shri Naradadhyay Satatam Sugopya Jigyasitayashu Varapradaya Tebhyor Hare Bhakti Sukha Pradaya Shivaya Sarva Guruve Nama. Sorry, I messed up there. Shri Gauri Netrotsava Mangalaya Tatprananathaya Rasapradaya Sada Samutkantha Govinda Leela Gana Pravinaya Namastu Tubhyam Etat Shivasyashtakam Arbhutam Mahat Shrinvan Hari Prema Labhita Shigram Jnanam Cha Vijnanam Apurvam Vaibhavam Yo Bhava Purna Paramam Samadaram Jai Mahadeva Jai Mahadeva Mahadeva Jai Mahadeva. Alright, so now we will sing Munindra Vrindavandite. Right? Isn't that spoken? Isn't that sung by Lord Shiva to? Is it to Brahma? I can't remember. Let's just look in the songbook. Where would it be? Sorry guys, 1 second. For layout. Sent for layout. Oops. Should be here. Alright, there it is. So this is spoken by Shiva in the Urdhvamnaya Tantra. I tried looking for this everywhere and I couldn't find it. If anybody's able to find the original thing, that would be really nice. Okay, so let's see. How does Mahadev glorify Sri Radha? I'm not going to read the English translation just because it's getting late. So just sing this together. Munindra Vrindava. Is the Mridanga okay? Wait, let me look at that. If anybody wrote any comments. Oh wait, and Chatamai Mataji saying, all glories to Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Wondering, did Lord Chaitanya sing these verses, the Shiva Ashtakam, or did he actually compose them? I was taught that his only composition was Shri Shikshashtakam. I'm guessing, I don't know, this is just my guess, but I think it was, this is totally my speculation, but I think maybe Murari Gupta wrote it. Maybe Mahaprabhu said prayers to Shiva, and then Murari Gupta just wrote the essence as a Shiva Ashtakam. That's my guess. Okay. And let me just look at the comments really quick before I start, just to see if anybody says that I played Mridanga too loud. Okay, nobody said anything. Hare Krishna Meena Podal. Okay. Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vakra Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasini Vrajendra Bhanu Nandini Vrajendra Sunu Sangate Kada Karisha Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajana Ashoka Vriksha Vallari Vitana Mandapastite Pravala Vala Pallava Prabharunankri Komale Varabhaya Spurat Kore Prabhuta Sampadalaye Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajana Ananga Ranga Mangala Prasanga Bangura Bhruvam Savi Brahmam Shasam Brahmam Triganta Bana Patanai Nirantaram Vashikrita Pratiti Nandanandane Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Tadit Suvarna Champaka Pradipta Gaura Vigrahe Mukha Prabha Parasta Koti Sharadendu Mandale Vichitra Chitra Sanchara Chakora Shava Lochane Kada Karisha Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Adon Madati Yovane Pramoramana Mandite प्रियानुरागरञ्जिते कलाविलासपण्डिते अनन्यधन्य कुञ्जराजकामकेलिकोविदे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अशेषहाव भावधीर हिरहारभूषिते प्रभूतशातकुम्भकुम्भकुम्भिकुम्भशुस्तनि प्रशस्तमन्द हास्यचूर्णपूर्णसौख्यसागरे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मृणालवालवल्लरी तराङ्गराङ्गदोलते लताग्रलास्य लोलनील लोचना लोचनावलोकने ललल्लुलान् मिलान् मनोज्ञमुग्ध मोहनाश्रिते कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् सुवर्णमालिकाञ्चित त्रिरेखकाम्बुकण्ठगे त्रिसूत्रमाङ्गलीगुण त्रिरत्नदीप्तिदिदिति सलोलनील कुन्तला प्रसूनगुच्छगुम्फिते कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् नितम्बबिम्ब लम्भमानपुष्पमेखलागुणे प्रशस्तरत्नकिङ्किणी कलापमाद्यमञ्जुले करेन्द्रशुण्ड दण्डिकावरोहशोभ गोरुके कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनेकमन्त्र नारमञ्जु नुपुरारवस्कलत् समाजराजहंसवंश निपनाति गौरवे विलोलहेम वल्लरी विडाम्बिचारुचाङ्क्रमे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनन्तकोटि विष्णुलोक अनन्तकोटि विष्णुलोकनाम्रपर्मजार्चिते हेमाद्रिजाकुलो मजा विरेञ्चजावरप्रदे अपारसिद्धि रिद्धिदिग्धसात्पदाङ्गुलीनखे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् माघेश्वरी क्रियेश्वरी स्वरेश्वरी सुरेश्वरी त्रिवेरभारतीश्वरी प्रमाणशासनेश्वरी रमेश्वरी क्षमेश्वरी प्रमोरकाननेश्वरी व्रजेश्वरी व्रजाधिपे शिराधिके नमोऽस्तुते इति ममार्भुतं स्तवं निशाम्य भानुनन्दिनी करोतु सान्ततं जनं कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् भवेत् तदैव सञ्चिता त्रिरूपकर्मनाशनं भवेत् तदा व्रजेन्द्रसूनु मण्डलप्रवेशनं Darshanam kada karishasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajan kada karishasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajana. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Ho Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Mahadeva Jai Mahadeva Mahadeva Jai Mahadeva Jai Gopishwara Jai Mahadeva Gopishwara Jai Mahadeva. Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jai Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva. Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Jai. One second. All right, Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari. I already did Jai Dwani, so I'll just end it here. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with me till the end. Haribo, Chatamai Mataji, Nuri Hari Prabhu, Papatarani Mataji, Ashray Tattva Prabhu, and on YouTube and Facebook, I see there are 14 devotees now. Ganga Mataji, Vidyalala Sadidi, Champak Mataji, Sukrada Didi, Madhusuran Prabhu, Rukmini Didi, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantaramurti Mataji, and Meena Podel, and all the other, I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji and all the other devotees, and also pranams to any devotees watching in the future. If you want more things, like if you want to hear the Shiva Tattva book or this chapter of Madhurya Kadambini, if you go to my YouTube channel on, if you go to my YouTube channel, inside YouTube, on every channel, if you like on the, I think it's on the right corner, there's some dots, like 3 dots, and if you click on the dots, you can search within a YouTube channel. And if you go there and you type in Shiva, then you can find all the other readings I did of other things like that. I read the whole Shiva Tattva booklet and the section from Madhurya Kadambini that goes very, very deep into Shiva Tattva as well. So yeah, Shiva Tattva is a bit complex. I'm still not totally clear on everything, but anyhow, but yeah. All right. Oh, another thing. In like an hour, 10 minutes from now, we're going to start a program at Bhaktivedanta Kunj here in Mayapur. And at some point, I don't know if at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, Madhavi Didi, Padmanabha Maharaj's disciple, she will stream his class. She'll stream the program. So you'll be able to find that on his, so if you want to join that program live, you can. And you can find that on his Facebook page at, what is it? Just type in BV. No, I think you type in Bhaktivedanta Padmanabha. I don't know if it's BV Padmanabha or Bhaktivedanta Padmanabha, but you can try both of those and just type that in Facebook, and then you'll find his page, and then you can get the live class there. All right, Dandavat Pranams. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end today's stream? All right, so we'll end here, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for Shri Harinam Chintamani. All right, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Hari Bol. Just looking one last time. Okay, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Rukmini Didi.